Hello, this video is going to explain the ePortfolio assignment as found in your Field Seminar 2 course. So we're going to begin by clicking on the Content tab, finding Assignments, scrolling down to Assignment 3, and you'll find the ePortfolio. We have adapted this assignment for Fall 2021 to reflect and meet the outcomes and goals for you as an early child education student. So I just wanted to review very quickly the main purpose of this assignment. The purpose of this portfolio was really looking at how you collect and reflect on your work and how that collection and reflection assists you in gaining a stronger understanding of your own pedagogical practice. In writing reflections related to your artifacts, you demonstrate your ability to articulate your own skills, your own dispositions, your professional practice, and the ability to explain why you do what you do. So this is not a tool to gain employment like a resume. This is a reflection tool. The value of this assignment is 40%, and that reflects also the fact that you will be putting in a little bit of work during this course to create this portfolio. So let's look at what you're going to be doing. First, you're going to be actually creating the framework for your portfolio, and we will do that in class 3. So if you're looking at this, you have found this video under Assignment tab, and you're having a look at what is involved in the portfolio. So once we've created the framework, you are then going to complete an introduction. And as part of this assignment, there is an 8-page handout that explains all of the components. You should have seen this handout in second semester in your field seminar course, as that's where you began to intentionally create components of your portfolio. The other thing that you're going to do is you're going to complete 6 reflections for the outcome pages, and you're going to follow a specific format that we will create in the lab when you create your portfolio. The final thing you're going to do is add artifacts that reflect your best and most current work in those vocational outcomes. There is also a professional resource area where we want you to put things like your updated resume, maybe your transcript, and any other documents that you might find helpful as an early child educator. You're going to submit this portfolio at the very end of the course, and we will look at how to submit that later on in the semester. So let's look at now the actual document that is part of your assignment. And this is the 8-page document that explains everything that you need to know about this assignment. And so I always remind students is when you have a question, first go to the assignment and read the documents and the explanation first. There will be lots of opportunity for you to ask these questions during various weeks as we go along, but it's really important for you to understand what the expectation for this semester is. So as you'll see, I just went over page 2, and you'll see your working pages, which are those outcomes. These are outcomes that are developed from the program standards. And as a community college, we agree that by the time you finish this 2-year program, you will have entry-level skills in all of these areas. And that is how we created your portfolio, because it's a way for you to demonstrate and document that you actually have these skills and that you can actually articulate the skills that you have. So you will be adding artifacts into these 6 areas: child development, program and curriculum development, responsive relationships and partnerships, health, regulation and practice, advocate, advocacy for children, families, and the profession of early childhood, and research and professional learning. And so in doing so, you will be adding artifacts. So you're going to start with writing your introduction, which is really the place where it sort of functions like a cover letter, because the reader or yourself, it highlights who you are in a high level, what skills you have, and then the additional pages are you explaining through reflections why you chose that artifact and what skills it demonstrates that you now have. And we give you the template, which you've already created in your portfolio dashboard. We give you examples of artifacts that you might want to include, as well as a checklist. And so everything you need to complete and be successful in this assignment is found in this handout. So I think what's really important for you is to begin by making sure that you've got that template completed for your portfolio. And in FOL, under the portfolio tab, that portfolio is now called a presentation. So you might have created collections. Hopefully you've got some artifacts in my items and you've put them in the collections. And now what you're going to do is actually choose that best work and create your overall portfolio. So what I'm really going to be looking at in terms of grading this assignment is what artifacts you chose. So that's usually the trickiest part, because many of the assignments and work that you've completed in class and in field placement can go in a number of areas. So the goal for you is to choose your best and most current work, and then be able to explain how that work, assignment or experience and placement, demonstrates that you now have those skills of child development, of advocacy, of responsive relationships. And so that's what we're looking at in terms of grading this assignment. There is a rubric that is included, and it would be important for you to go over that rubric and have a look at that. I'm just going to click out of this Word document if possible and go back so that you can have a look at that portfolio rubric. Having a hard time finding my mouse. I'm working on two screens, so I've lost my mouse. There it is. And here is the rubric. So I'm going to just go to the course assignments. I'm going to go under evaluation and rubrics and have a look. There's also a link to the rubric that you can also pull up in the assignment. So here it is. The rubric has 4 components: your overall workmanship, how does your e-portfolio come together, have you included all the components, then how well you selected artifacts is the second area. Then your reflections, do they really clearly describe the skills that you have, and have you completed them all? And finally, obviously, we don't want any spelling mistakes, errors, and those kinds of things. Some people actually do share their portfolio as a link on their resume, but that is not the main focus of this assignment for you. For you, this is the capacity, the ability, the skill to articulate who you are as an early child educator, what you know, and how the work that you've done over the last 3 semesters and then finally the 4th semester demonstrates that you have these entry-level skills in all of these areas. So most importantly, what we've tried to do is pare it back so that it actually really describes that emphasis on skills that we want you to have, and that you can spend time really reflecting and thinking about the choices of the artifacts, enjoy the process, and be proud of the work that you will have once you complete this assignment.